Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Balancing Act. We just held hands. That was cute.
That was very cute.
Okay. I'm Julie Moran.
And I'm Olga Villaverdi.
All right, are you thinking, have you ever thought about heading back to school?
Always.
Well, we're about to learn about a great online option from Sam Houston State University.
I'd like to get my master's. These days, we see food that say gluten-free everywhere, right? But do we truly understand what's going on, how gluten affects the body? We're going to discuss a breakthrough blood test for gluten sensitivity. Great story. You don't want to miss this.
All right, the Balancing Act starts. You got it right now. Let's go. Online education at the collegiate level is more popular than ever, thanks in a large part to women. I love that. In fact, they make up close to 70% of the total online collegiate population. Not only do online educators give a great return on investment, but the convenience of attending class from practically anywhere fits the needs and schedules of today's busiest goal-oriented women. And with us to discuss the advantages of online college education is Dana G. Hoyt, president of Sam Houston State University, from its main brick-and-mortar campus located in Huntsville, Texas. Dana, we're so glad to have you in the studio this morning.
Well, Julie, I'm so pleased to be here. I'm looking forward to this discussion.
I love that accent right off the bat. It makes me feel at home as a Georgia girl. Okay, I want to know what explains the meteoric rise of the popularity of online education.
Well, in today's world, everybody's lifestyles are crazy busy. So what you get with online education is on-demand education at the time and place that it works best for you. And the workforce needs more educated people, so the two work together excellently.
That is so true. And Sam Houston State University has been educating people for more than 135 years. Share with our viewers how Sam has accomplished not only a rich tradition in Huntsville, but how it's continuing that tradition globally online.
Well, I'm really proud of how our faculty and staff have embraced online education as just an alternative delivery method for education. So we still have the same traditions, the same support structures, the same emphasis on quality and on actually the faculty connection to their students in an online environment that we do if you take a class in one of our campus settings.
Let's expand on the flexibility factors and what that really means. Why should a busy woman choose your online school, your online program, say, as opposed to others out there?
Well, first and foremost, I do think that we have 4 undergraduate programs. We have almost 25 graduate master's degrees programs, as well as a doctoral degree you can do entirely online. And if you look at that variety, there's something that fits your need or your schedule as well. But I will think the flexibility, I want to tell you, I'm a CPA. For years, I have done all of my continuing education online. And so I'm definitely one of those that have taken advantage of this change that really many women find fits their schedule so well.
That's so true. And in the intro, I stated that nearly 70% of the online population is women. What accounts for that?
Well, I think first, over 50% of the higher education system today is female. So what you also see then is that the demands for their lives are so, with work and children and everything else, means that taking advantage of online education really fits them extremely well. So you'll see a larger percentage of women in that environment than you do men.
Okay, let's talk about affordability. Everybody wants to know cost and funding, and how does that compare to if you were at the brick and mortar campus? Are you paying a similar amount to go to college?
Absolutely. We are a public university, and so our cost structure for online education is very, very similar to what you see for our bricks and mortar campus. So the cost structure makes it very competitive for you to go to Sam Houston versus maybe a private school.
And where can we find out more? If I wanted to look at Sam or Sam Houston online, where do I go?
Well, first of all, you can go to the website, which is distance.shsu.edu.
Okay.
Let me repeat that for you. It's distance.shsu.edu. Or you can look at us on Facebook or Twitter. But I would encourage you to go to the website.
That's a great, and you know what, I really want to thank you for enlightening us today, because so many women are sitting at home, they want to go back to school, and they really, if you don't know what's out there and you don't know what the options are, and this has really been great. Now I also want to say, go Bearcats. Dana, thanks so much for stopping by the studio. We loved having you today.
Well, thank you, Julie.
All right, and if you'd like to get some additional information on online education, you can also visit us at thebalancingact.com or educate us. Share those social skills and your questions, even your online college experiences, at Facebook/The Balancing Act Fans.
I want you to listen to this scenario. You go to the doctor, he tells you you need an important diagnostic test that could prevent multiple issues. So you take the test and the results come back clear. Great. But before you breathe that sigh of relief, you need to hear what my guest, Dr. Chad Larson, has to say, because there's at least one very important blood test that can generate a false negative result, leaving you with a false sense of security and at risk for several serious medical conditions. Great segment this morning, Dr. Chad Larson. I welcome you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about, first of all, your specialty, I read here, is autoimmune disease and diagnosis. So tell me, doctor, why are we seeing so many autoimmune diseases today, especially today, as opposed to way back when?
Yeah, I'll answer that with an example. A good example of autoimmune condition is celiac disease. Celiac disease has a well-known trigger that fires up the immune system in an inappropriate way, and that's gluten. So in a person who has celiac disease, gluten triggers the immune system to go on hyperactivity. It's like the gas pedal is stuck on. So the immune system starts to attack gluten, treating it as a bad guy, but at the same time, it starts to destroy the gastrointestinal tract. And that's when an autoimmune condition manifests. But there's also a brother condition to celiac disease, and that's non-celiac gluten sensitivity. And they kind of have a different set of symptoms.
And I know it's sometimes hard to detect. What are some of the symptoms that people could look out for?
Yeah, so with celiac disease, the classic symptoms are malabsorption, because it's a gastrointestinal problem, so the nutrients aren't being absorbed. A person usually gets fatigued because they don't have nutrients to help make energy in their system. They usually have gastrointestinal problems like diarrhea and that kind of thing. And then there's non-celiac gluten sensitivity, which could manifest in lots of different ways. It could affect the brain, it could affect the thyroid, it could affect the liver, it could affect the gastrointestinal tract, muscles, joints. It could affect the body in multiple ways. But a very interesting thing is that 1/3 of patients that present to their doctors as celiac disease, they actually have neurological symptoms only, without any gastrointestinal problems.
And what happens if this is not caught early? Can there be repercussions later?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, if there's no break for that immune system stuck on, it's going to start to cause tissue destruction on the way to a complete organ failure. So if the immune system keeps chewing up these tissues in our system, it'll turn into catastrophic problems.
And obviously testing here is crucial, which we bring in that blood test. Where do we stand with that?
Well, that's the key thing, is that fortunately laboratory science has progressed, and the traditional test, unfortunately it's still somewhat common, a lot of people don't quite know about this yet, is that the old way of testing gluten is we're just looking at one protein of gluten, but there's multiple proteins of gluten. So what we really want to do, and this comes straight out of the research, we want to look at multiple gluten peptides when we're evaluating for gluten sensitivity, celiac disease and non-celiac gluten sensitivity. So what we want to do is look at multiple gluten peptides. So fortunately, there's tests today, they're available right now. I've been using them for the last couple years that look at these multiple gluten peptides to really decrease the chance of a false negative. That's the key thing.
Because there are practically maybe millions of people out there who got the green light. Go ahead, eat gluten, and they shouldn't be because the test was the wrong one.
Yeah, 50% of people with celiac disease don't test positive to the old way of testing. So what they need is they need to look at all the proteins of gluten to really get a comprehensive evaluation.
Stay right there. We're going to talk about this test that people should know about. It sounds like great news. So when we come back, we're going to talk to Dr. Larson, tell us about this new breakthrough, this new blood test that you really should be informed about. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. We've been speaking with Dr. Chad Larson about gluten and wheat reactivity and about a new blood test that can better detect it. Doctor, let's talk about this new blood test and why it's so important.
There's a next level cutting edge lab called Cyrex Laboratories, and they developed a test called Array3, which is a multi-gluten peptide analysis. And they're looking at multiple peptides of gluten sensitivity, because if you're only looking at one, it increases the chance of a false negative. But if you're looking at a whole group of gluten peptides, it really helps to increase the chance that you're going to be able to pick up gluten sensitivity in that individual. Also, what the Array3 does is it helps you to differentiate between celiac disease and non-celiac gluten sensitivity. They have other parts of their diagnostic criteria, but this could be one important step in coming up with those different diagnoses. And also, there's a few other markers on Array3 that help you to find out if there's some autoimmune activity. So it's a very comprehensive, very thorough evaluation.
So it sounds to me like this is a pretty big medical breakthrough, especially when it comes to prevention.
Prevention's really the key.
Huge.
That's really the main thing as doctors. If we can help prevent a condition from manifesting in the first place, and I think ultimately we've done our job. Because if a person is gluten sensitive, or if they have celiac disease and they keep consuming gluten, it could manifest into thyroid problems, into neurological problems, into liver problems. Type 1 diabetes has been tied to gluten sensitivity. So there's multiple conditions that can be completely prevented if a person just gets tested early to find out if gluten is a trigger for them.
And let me tell you, a gluten-free diet, it isn't a fad anymore, is it?
It's not a fad. It's not a fad. The gluten that we're eating today, the wheat-containing gluten that we're eating today, is different than decades ago. The wheat today it's so hybridized, it's created a very high gluten content because that's what the food manufacturers want. They want a lot of gluten in their food. So we're exposed to a much greater amount of gluten, and all these different peptides that are developed from this hybridization process has made it much more reactive in our immune system.
And going back to the Array3, simple blood test for anybody, child, adult?
Yeah, it's a simple blood test. It just requires a small amount of blood. You can ask your doctor for it, and it'll give you a much more comprehensive evaluation of if you got some kind of gluten sensitivity.
I know you see many patients every day. Can you think of one, I'm sure you have so many stories, but one that really hones in on why this test was so important in their life?
Yeah, there's one in particular. I had a patient, she was a marathon runner. It was her passion was to get out there and run. And the first day that she came into my practice, she was bumping into the walls. She was completely unstable on her feet. Her balance was completely wiped out. She had went through the whole medical system. They checked for things like multiple sclerosis and Parkinson's and significant neurological conditions. And I asked them if they'd ever tested gluten, which they had not. So I said, let's do this comprehensive gluten evaluation. And as chance would have it, she was very reactive to gluten.
Wow.
And so we took gluten away. And
Different person.
Different person. She was able to go run her marathons again, and it completely changed her life.
Doctor, great information. Now, for anyone who'd like to learn a little bit more about the Array3 blood test, where would they go?
JoinCyrex.com. It's joinCyrex.com.
Thank you, Doctor, so much.
Thanks for having me.
And Dr. Larson, I know you're coming back to the Balancing Act soon to talk more about this important medical topic of proper diagnostic testing. In the meantime, you can head to thebalancingact.com for more information on the Array3 test. And of course, don't forget to join us on Facebook and Twitter. Check us out there.
So you think your computer is safe because you've got virus protection. Nothing to worry about, right? Well, think again. With us to discuss a level of computer protection that goes one step further, Jeff Bermant, CEO of Virtual World Computing. Welcome. It's so great to have you on the show. You know, we think we're safe from viruses and malware, but we're not. I want you to explain that.
No, in fact, it's gotten worse. A lot of viruses and malware will attack you. You can barely touch the internet, basically, and you'll end up with a virus or malware.
You know, you had an epiphany moment we were talking about where this came to you. Tell me about that moment.
Yeah, it's interesting. About 4 or 5 years ago, I realized that all the things that we thought the internet was basically safe, you just went on and you had a good time and things happened, but behind it, not so good. Your privacy is invaded. You can get malware, viruses, that we just talked about. So I had this epiphany where it's like, well, we need to do something about that. So I actually wasn't in the industry, but decided I was going to create a safer way to browse the internet, and that's what we're building right now, is your privacy on the internet.
That is so great. Say I want to shop for purses, shoes, jewelry. Does using the cloud, your Cocoon browser, does that make it better for me?
Sure, it makes you more private and safer from malware. So if you connect through Cocoon, we actually protect you from the malware actually occurring on you. We also give you cloud protection for your privacy.
Wow.
So nothing is actually stored on your computer. It's all stored away in the cloud. You're the one who's got the keys to get in. And therefore, there's nothing on your computer when you log out. And the people who are tracking you, you have to realize that these big profiles are being made about you on the internet, Google and the other companies. They're interested in your information, so they want to collect these dossiers. And we're just the opposite. We're a new movement that doesn't want to collect that information. We want you to be private.
Good. Is there a cost for Cocoon?
Nope.
What? Did you say there's no cost?
No, we're a browser. We do have a paid product, but we are basically free. And how we end up making money is through shopping.
Well, how can I find Cocoon?
You would just go to getcocoon.com.
That
It's
easy.
Just remember Get Cocoon and you're there.
And there's a kids version, I hear.
There is. We're working on a kids product called Cocoon Kids. And once again, out to make your children safe on the internet as well. I'm all about safety and privacy on the internet.
Okay, well, I'm glad you got out of real estate and had this epiphany.
you.
This is so great. Jeff, thanks so much for bringing this great information for the entire family to our show today.
Thanks for having me, Julie.
Oh, and if you'd like to find out more about this cutting-edge online tool, visit us at thebalancingact.com or connect with us on Facebook /Balancing Act Fans.
We really hope you enjoyed the show today, and we hope you learned a little something.
All right, you want to get your master's? I can hook you up. All right. All right, share your thoughts with us on Facebook, and we want you to follow us on Twitter.
And of course, always follow all the information from today's show on our website. That's thebalancingact.com. We hope to see you soon again.
And remember, everybody, find your balance. So long.